Hello. It's been a while since I last ran. Today's run felt good. It felt like an actual run for some reason. Like there wasn't too much on my mind, or just kind of going along. And there was like all the autumn leaves falling on the ground. So as you went through, it kind of went. The crunching sound was fun. And today I had to kind of sort of avoid all the people, not only it's COVID, but also because I didn't want to be too close to people right now. And I was going down Lescon Park today, and then there was a bunch of people on the trail, so I decided to sort of cut through to some places that I wasn't too sure about. And I was just like, I'm gonna be able to find my way out, and I end up on Neymark. And then I was like, oh, okay, I know where I was. So we're back now at the little outlet place. I guess it's called a shopping plaza. Yeah, where we were at, I think a couple of episodes back. Yeah, lots of people on the road today, and going around and see bikers and stuff. And everyone is dressed like me. It's pretty warm actually, but I didn't know the temperature. I've been inside all day, so felt a little cold while coming out, but after just a little bit of exercise, I feel like I could lose the hat or something. This hat was brought back to me and as a gift from my mom, and my mom and Alice, they also brought back for me the computer, which I had to replace the CPU coolant paste, but then otherwise it works fine. It's like just as I left it like 6 years ago, something like that, which is kind of neat to see. But I'm gonna have to do a bunch of upgrades on that because, well, for one, the RAM is probably not good enough for what I want to do, and then number two is also the OS apparently is not being supported anymore now, so I need to upgrade it to Windows 10 and see what I can do with it. I was thinking to myself that maybe mom would be able to use it because her laptop is basically needing replacement. So there's that. But if I'm gonna do that, I would probably need to buy new monitors, new keyboards, and mice. Actually, those are okay, but definitely the new monitors and some method of being able to connect that to the internet, which we do have as a very cheap option, is the Wi-Fi sticks, like the wireless cards. So I don't have a lot of time to talk today. As I came out, there was a small conflict. I was reminding my sister to say something to mom because the previous time she was trying to do that, mom was taking a nap, and then she was just like annoyed at my reminder, and I was thinking to myself, well, I didn't really want to like remind her anyway. It was just kind of like in passing, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm not really gonna care about it either. And so yeah, but then my mom thought we were kind of fighting a little bit, so she was saying like, oh no, don't fight, blah blah blah. And I was to myself, that kind of left a little bit more impression on me, the situation. And I was thinking about it, and not really about just the relationship or anything like that, or like how I handle the situation and stuff like that, but I actually went to think about instead how I act on streams with my viewers. They seem to be a little bit more, I don't know what to say, but a little bit more nice, I suppose. Like I'm not really my old self where I don't really care about a whole bunch of things, I guess. But yeah, in the streams I usually smile, I usually pay attention to what people are saying and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, well, maybe it would be very interesting if I took the stream on pause and then basically just come back and reset my attitude, because I didn't want to have to, I don't know, build a community where I had to actually take care of the community. That wasn't my intention when I started doing the streaming. So yeah, that's just a thought though. Yeah. Today, one of the companies that I reached out to for tournament making actually came back to me. They were wanting to negotiate a little bit more on the price per gig that I have set out, which was $60 per host. And that was a surprise because while I do seriously mean those, but I do think that, it's not fair to just start at that kind of price without any sort of things to show for. But they did kind of reach me at a bad time, I guess. It's a lot too slow. Like, our pace was a lot faster than theirs. And now, things are moving around, and even in the pro leagues in Thailand and stuff, they're suffering some hits and things like that from what I see online talking about esports. Like, people are noticing trends about declines in viewership and stuff. So yeah, I don't know whether that makes our negotiation stronger or weaker, but I guess it also depends on what they're gonna show their hands now. Like, right now I don't really need their service, so it's yeah, I'm willing to listen, but yeah. I guess we could phase this in. I don't know, it's a good thing that they did come back to me, and so because that means that at least there's some sort of interest. But yeah, at the same time, it's a little slow. Still moving on with, let's say, research. Right now I'm actually slightly annoyed about my research progress, just because it's almost November 10th now, almost, and we still haven't placed the order for the system, because it's just the system that we had in mind, like I was telling you guys in the past couple of videos. It's crazy expensive, and then yeah, just starting to feel a little bit off timeline, because originally we had said that we're going to be finished ordering the system by now, and then I'd be moving full-time on towards surveying the existing solutions and stuff. And while I do have some of the existing solutions looked up, but haven't made much progress in that in the last couple of days, it's been, if I am being completely honest, it's been a lot of tournament organization, and that's been, I wouldn't say it's been eating up all the time, because other times I've been kind of just procrastinating, thinking about, I guess it's one of those lulls in the work cycle where you kind of feel like you did a whole bunch, and then you're kind of I need a breather, but then there's still a whole bunch more to do. So that's the feeling. It's not saying that, I'm starting to feel tired about doing it without compensation necessarily, but it's more like you went through a bunch of work, and then there's still more work, so you gotta have that stamina to just carry through, right? So yeah, that's the situation right now, and then it would be nice to get some more achievements to fuel the drive. I do have some meetings set up. I have one right now set up for Money Tree. I think it's happening in a couple of minutes actually, so I should better cut this short and run home. I only have 10 minutes. I've already have 8 minutes on this, so yeah, I better get going. But yeah, this meeting was set up because tomorrow we have a call with one of the businesses that we contacted. They were a yes in terms of getting the presentation, right? And so we're just working on the phone call presentation. I did make the script, and then we're gonna go across that draft. Yeah, and then I also have another meeting set up tonight with Peter Pot about the AOV streaming site. I'm gonna be showing him some tech that I put together to capture the highlights and stuff, and then we'll work on the overlays together and trying to get him set up with OBS or something like that. So hopefully that's gonna go well. Honestly, if he wants to use Streamlabs, he doesn't have to use OBS. He just needs to make sure it hooks up properly. My fear is, of course, that he's not using a Windows system, and that the little Python script that I developed for easily making the highlight reels and stuff will basically go to waste because I only developed it for Windows. Yeah, so, and then what? Well, there's a volunteering thing on Wednesday I'm doing for research side of things. Research group had some contacts, and they needed help with organizing the event or just running the event, really, volunteers to run. And then, well, I'm kind of unhappy with that because they asked a lot of the volunteers, and then, I don't know, just make it feel like as if it was a mandatory thing. Like, I kind of feel what it's like to be on the other side of agreeing to do some sort of volunteering. So it's good, and I feel like maybe I have made my volunteers feel like that in the previous NA Glory tournament. So hopefully in the future that would help me reflect and understand a little bit more about what being on the other side of organization feels like. Yeah, and it also reminds me of how I run AOV and things like that. Yeah, just a lot of self-reflections today, I suppose. Maybe that makes my mood just a little bit swingy or like impatient to deal with things. Yeah, that probably has a lot to do with how come I just kind of blurted out, oh, well, hey, I don't need to take that from you to my sister today. Yeah. Although I don't really put it on my mind as I said that, but kind of also strongly shoving away my desire to participate in that particular discussion, I suppose. You know, it was that feeling where you just went, oh, I don't want to deal with this. Kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go now, bye, kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know if you could kind of quite understand what I'm trying to say. I don't even quite understand what I'm trying to say, but there it is. I'm already walking back towards the house, so hopefully I'll be back there in time. Last thing I wanted to talk about was yeah, I was just watching some videos. I procrastinated a lot on that. Oh my god, that's probably another thing that makes me angry. Well, not exactly angry, but just impatient, like I was saying. But anyway, watch Shirko talk about some of the pro builds and stuff, and he was commentating on a pro gameplay. I feel like the pro scene right now is in a bit of a funny situation, where they have a couple of strong teams, but they're all the same guys. That's for one. And there are no new talents coming in, and the new talent coming in basically wasn't very good. And it's in a strange place too, because people are trying out like a new string of meta, and the viewers kind of go, what is going on? But I did like how Shirko was commentating. He did talk about, like, you know, setting it up and things like that. I do recognize some aspects of good programming. And then there was another climbing video that also did like really good programming, and they used music to kind of make boring scenes appear like as if it was kind of fun. Suspense, creating emotions, that sort of thing. So I feel like that's gonna be what we're gonna have to do in our own programming when we stream the Arena of Valor tournament. Anyways, I'm back. So then it's goodbye to you. Bye bye.